Okay, 10 months and 8 days later, yes, I'm keeping track, sadly, we are back. So we did the scene with Yuna, and I don't know where all I've left off here, so I pulled up a list of the things that are supposed to be here. I don't know who all I've talked to, what all I'm supposed to do, etc. I'm just gonna burn the tickets and try to get back on track. The goal is to knock this out before we get to Cold Steel 4. So, I'll spare you guys a lot of the complaining about various things, since I know a lot of people are saying just shut up and play the damn game already. And I know I've received one request I need to do real quick. I have to relearn how to play the game. I'm just going to throw that out right now. I don't remember how you do the costume stuff. Because, there it is. Because someone asked me, get her out of the bikini. Okay, it's a default thing. So there you go. Now, how do I open the map? This is a little awkward. So there's something over here. Oh, it's that stupid Mishi thing. Is there anything else here? Sink District. So, you're supposed to be doing events or something according to what it says here. I don't have a... If there is a list of what all can be done, they didn't post it here where I'm looking. Like, one of the nice things about coming back 10 months later is a lot of the stuff about the game has been documented. You're not going around blind anymore. So, what am I even looking for here? Let's ask Kurt. Explain the situation of the person selected via Arcus. Look for something to donate to the bazaar. So we're gonna do Muse and I don't know who all else. I'll donate these fake glasses. They're only lightly used, so they're probably in good condition. Your glasses. Is it alright, Your Highness? If anybody finds out who and where it's from, it'll be chaos among the girls. I'll just have to keep this safe for myself, for everyone's sake. Your Highness? I'm kidding. Is something wrong? None at all, and this is... These are toy swords I retrieved from my parents' place. My brother and I used to play with them. They're fairly soft, so children can't hurt themselves with them. I see, it seems they hold a place in your heart. Yes, but I can only do it justice if I allowed other children to have it. An item shared between brothers, that's a nice thought. Perhaps it's the missing connection between you and Mueller. Thank you so much for your donation to the Charity Bazaar. We prepared our signature iced tea and sweets for you over at the cafe area. Please enjoy yourself at the Charity Bazaar. So why do we have to use a ticket to give them stuff? So they're sitting in the shade, drinking tea. And no one bought them. That's embarrassing. Luckily, Kurt didn't beat up the kid and take his swords back. That would be really awkward. Two then took a load off and joined tea and sweets. Bond with Kurt strengthened. Is there a way to see what the bond level is? I don't know. So, we're gonna bring in Muse. Yuna gave us the stat boost, so I think she's maxed. I have to actually pull up the video to check. I had 8 hours of content after editing that I haven't uploaded just yet, but I should be close to the end of the game, according to what I see here. Anyway, attempting to remove all the cosmetic stuff so I can remember what they look like. Rean, you've already donated for us, and this is... Here's a fountain pen. I'm sorry, it's the only thing I had on me. Looks expensive. Are you sure, Muse? It looks like you really cared about it. Yes, I'm sure. I just recently bought a new one. Want to be helpful to both of you after everything you've done for me. I see. In that case, we accept. Thank you so much for your donation to the Charity Bazaar. We prepared our signature iced tea and sweets for you over at the cafe area. Enjoy yourself at the bazaar. They explored the bazaar. They sat in the shade drinking their tea. I'm gonna hop over somewhere else after this just to see what else they offer. Who was gonna see that as they walk by? It freaking blends in. We never saw who bought his glasses, now that we think about it. Although I'm sure the cat on me doesn't care. But yeah, Rean has a Mishi on his arm, I have a feline on my lap. How things change. So we're gonna do 2 more events with them to try to, 4 o'clock bell from the cathedral. I should get ready to meet up with Towa. The heck? Rean, I thought you'd be calling soon. This is about heading to the Valflame Palace, right? You guessed it. What should we do? We have to meet with Class 1, so I was thinking about calling all the students. I'll be contacting the main campus. Do you think you could get Class 7? She'll head back to camp and spruce up a little too. Sounds like a plan. I'll see you at camp. I'll call the kids when I can. There's so much time before. Is there anything I need to take care of real quick? Was I not supposed to go to the race course? Okay, I assume the contact students thing is move forward with the story. How do I run? There we go. Roasting a race course reception where you can mingle with the horses before the races. We have a flag collecting time trials up for your enjoyment. All it costs is 1 ticket and you'll be good to go. Let's bring in Kurt. So I was thinking about saving before this and trying to show all the events, but I just want this over with. He's so well raised, exactly what you'd expect of a racehorse, I suppose. They'll let us ride them afterwards, correct? I must say I'm rather excited. Same here, let's shoot for a good time. Yes, I will give it my all. After a short wait, it was then Rean and his partner's turn to attempt the time trial. We will now start your time trial. Wow, they really went all out with the dialogue here. Try to reach the goal within the timeline. Horse controls are the same as field controls. R1 depletes strength after picking up the flags. Shortens your time. Okay, so they reduce your time. Okay, that's actually a good thing here. You lose... When your strength runs out, you lose speed. Hitting obstacles will cost you time.
Alright, let's go.
There.
Let's go.
There.
Yeah!
Crud. Yeah, the horse craps
There.
out quick.
There.
I'm not going back.
Yeah!
There, we're done, right?
Not bad at all. Good luck. Understood.
Oh, hell.
Now let's go. It's mine. Let's go. It's mine. Here. It's mine. It's
We
mine.
are not doing this one again.
It's mine. Here. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. Yes, I did it.
So 29 seconds should be pretty easy, but like I said, we're hopping out of this one. Looks like we beat our target time. Expect nothing less. Nice work, instructor. It was fun. Thanks for coming. You took the words right out of my mouth, instructor. Let's both continue to train for the next time a situation like this presents itself. Let's. So they mingled with the horses. Headed to Dreikels with Kurt. They had some idle chatter, so this is our max social link scene. Alright, I'll see you later. Enjoy the summer festival, Kurt.
Instructor, wait. There's something I need to declare right here and now.
You lost your wallet. What would that be?
Before this year ends, rather, before I begin my second year at the Academy, I swear upon the Vander name, I will defeat you in at least 1 out of 3 battles.
That's quite the declaration. But I'll have you know I'm still training too. I'm not planning on letting you close the gap on me.
Oh, I'm well aware. But even so, without such skill and resolve, I won't be able to survive the obstacles ahead of us. After my father, brother, and uncle were sent away, I started to worry.
Yes, there's a trend there. You're next, Kurt.
Perhaps this empire is headed in the wrong direction. Perhaps we're nearing the point of no return. If war were to break out, a single person's sword skills wouldn't matter all that much. Perhaps those are the times ahead of us. But even if that happens, I will overcome it with everyone. All of the instructors, and with you.
Kurt.
Then one day, when we have both reached the height of mastery with our swords, I will accomplish my goal and surpass you at long last. Though if I'm being honest, it may take decades.
As your teacher and a fellow swordsman, it's an honor to hear that. Understood, I accept your challenge. We both have so much work ahead of us before we get there, but I'm looking forward to that day.
Yes. Please wait for me.
So, Kurt gets strength and arts. I don't remember what Yuna got. Rean gets strength and arts. She got defense. Your number 1 Vand unlocked. What? There's something here. Oh, it's that bus ride. That one took a little while. That's the Michi thing. What's over here? Welcome to Lafitte. We're holding a creative, all-out baking competition called the Purebred Contest. You need a special ticket to participate. Leave the ingredients ready, so your job is to pick the fillings and mold it into shape. Good chance for a fresh, tasty baking experience. Would you like to join us? Sounds like fun. I'm sure someone else would like it too. So we did this with Alpha and Elise already. Let's grab Muse. Have fun, okay? Let's get those creative juices flowing. Perfect, thanks. I'm so pleased we can partner up for this instructor. So they started making bread. Would you say they're rolling in dough? First, they chose what ingredients to put in the bread. Second, using pre-packaged dough, they started to shape just what they had in mind for the final product. Once that was finished, the last thing to do was give their dough to the staff to be baked. The result was... Surprised that took 2 people. The Arterian sandwich is officially complete. Very nice, Muzan. This is such an interesting concept. Never thought to put Eastern Yokon into a sponge cake. Grandfather used to order them from abroad. Thought it'd go well with the green tea we have in our club. That does sound great, actually. Now, instructor, how about I'd let you have a taste? Open wide. That's not exactly appropriate. Looks like you guys made something incredibly creative. I'm going to take a photo for the contest, so strike a pose. They pose and smile for the photo before being escorted to a table. The smiles only continue as they feast on some very delicious, very creative bread. Afterwards, Rean walked with Muse to Vancouver Street. Along the way, they enjoyed some idle chatter. See you later. Have fun at the summer festival, Muse.
Oh, and Instructor Rean. Thank you for everything.
Where's that coming from?
Despite my circumstances, you still treat me the same as any other student. You noticed something about me, yet you kept your suspicions to yourself.
All the classes are suspicious.
What you told me in Lemaire, everything you've done for me, it truly does make me happy.
Muse, I want to thank you too. Honestly, I'm sure there are things you suspect about me as well. Though we may not have known each other long now, I'm happy we were able to meet. That's why I want to ask you. Given the state Erebonio's in now, what will you do?
Well, the crisis has been averted for the moment, but I'm sure nothing is finished just yet. So in that sense, I still have a mission to fulfill. However, I'd also like to continue just being Muse of Class 7.
Thank you. That's all I needed to hear. If the time comes when I need to know the truth about you, I'll accept it no matter what it is. As your instructor and as a fellow member of Class 7, I'm looking forward to spending more time with you in the future, Muse.
As am I. Please continue to be good to me, my dear instructor.
As Rean and Muse's bond deepened, they both became stronger. Arts and art defense. Hot for teacher Mark II. So I think the bakery, yeah, it was here. I do not know my way around this place. I'm hoping I don't have to navigate it, man. It is going to be painfully awkward. So we have our final party set. I'm gonna go with Emma because I always liked the witch. I don't know if we're actually able to do anything with her because I don't know how the bonding thing works or how to even check it. Get those creative juices flowing. Perfect, thanks. Right when you are, Rean. Shows what ingredients to put in the bread, yada yada. Never actually went back and got her ending in Cold Steel 2, but yeah. The Celine Supreme is complete. Shaping it wasn't easy, but it really does look like her. You can almost hear her with that little expression. So much fun to make I can hardly bring myself to eat it. Tempted to save it so I can show it to her, but she might get mad if she sees it. She definitely will. We need to destroy the evidence before she has a chance to see it. Then I suppose we will have to eat it. Looks like you guys made something incredibly creative. I'm going to take a photo for the contest, strike a pose, yada yada, and of course you can't see it, because they skimped down on the animations. They pose and smile for the photo before being escorted to a table. The smiles only continue as they feast on some very delicious, very creative bread. Oh. Well, we're getting her scene. On our way to Leica, they enjoyed some idle chatter. Alright, I'll see you later. Hope you enjoyed the summer festival, Emma.
Oh, wait a moment, Rean. Can I see your pendant?
The one you gave me? Sure thing.
Lux illumine dies eum. All right, that should do it.
Was that one of your spells? Seemed different from the other ones.
Well, I didn't actually cast a spell. I just recharged the pendant with my mana. But I also filled it with my wish for you, Rean. May light guide you along your path.
Ah. Hey, we have something for her, I guess. Could I get you to take off your glasses for a minute?
Huh? Why?
Just wanted to thank you for the pendant. So I happened to find some contact lenses the other day, and I thought maybe...
Oh, I see. Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt. Honestly, though, you didn't need to get me a gift or anything. But as long as you don't mind seeing me without my glasses, I'd be happy to wear your contacts. Rean?
Sorry, I think I might try to find a different gift for you. It's been a while since I've seen you like that, and it's making my heart skip way too many beats.
What?
I'm starting to think I might want to keep this site all to myself.
That's...
I'll think of something else to give you. Preferably something you can always keep with you. Give her the Mishi.
All right. I'll look forward to it.
As Rean and Emma's bond deepened, they became stronger. Arts and art defense. Emma enchanted. So, I do have the save file here. I imagine everyone's probably already uploaded these, so I don't have to do the requests like I did in Cold Steel 1. That was before the game went viral and everything. But yeah, if there's really something, I guess I could come back for it. Not to it. Fee has a lot of fans. Let's try to cover our bases. Thing is, Towa has a ton of them too. Plus, I'm kind of hoping she may give me some speed stat. Let's get baking. They baked some bread. Using prepackaged dough, they tried to shape just what they had in mind for the final product. Once that was finished, the last thing to do was give their dough to the staff to be baked. The result was... Here you go, a spring hot dog. Did a great job shaping it out. You include sunflower seeds in the dough, right? Yeah, sunflowers are totally edible. Back when I was a Jaeger, and even now with my work at the guild, I always look out for plants or flowers I can eat. Well, knowing what's what has helped you survive this far. But the flowers are so pretty that I can't bring myself to eat them. Food is meant to be eaten, and the dressing's good. You're always so practical, Fee. Looks like you guys made something incredibly creative. I'm going to take a picture, yada yada. Smiles only continue as they feast on some very delicious, very creative bread. Kinda want to make an Alyssa joke, but... Is it an Alyssa or Elisa? I don't remember how her name's pronounced. But someone actually did recently make a comment on her, so I'll keep it to myself. So now we're going to Sanct. See you later. Enjoy the summer festival as much as you can.
Wait, Rean, before you go, I've got a favor to ask.
What is it?
Could you pat me on the head
Seriously?
so I can keep doing my best on this path?
Should smack her upside the head for that one. Fee!
Thanks.
If it'll help you stay motivated, this is nothing. I'm sure the Bracer Guild is going to become even busier in the coming days.
Yeah, considering the way Erebonia's headed. Ouroboros is up to something, and I'm sure they'll hire even more Jaegers. And Zephyr, the boss, Zeno, and Leo, they've got their own plans. But me, I'm going to keep giving it my all. As Fee Clausel, former Jaeger, current Bracer, and forever a member of Class 7. For you and everyone else. To prove the path I chose was the right one.
Well said, Fee. As someone who's watched you grow in Class 7, I'll be rooting for you. Also, I figure I should introduce myself to your dad at some point. I'm sure becoming his daughter's new family without his permission has earned me at least one good punch from him.
Dummy. That doesn't sound too bad, I guess.
Let's both give it our all, Fee. Together.
Got it.
As Rean and Fee's bond deepened, they became stronger. Strength and defense, bleh. High fidelity unlocked. So we shouldn't have anything left. How do I do the Arcus thing? Free time will end, main story will proceed. We can see in the top left corner there are no tickets left. Let's make the call. Rean Contest Class 7 returned to camp. They were followed shortly by fellow instructors and students at the branch campus. Real quick, I do not know how to report quests anymore, so I'm hoping the stuff that I have that's unreported will get reported. We'll see. I have the numbers of the points I'm supposed to have. Otherwise, I'll have to reload and crap. Took their time showering and changing into fresh uniforms, and only when they were truly confident did they leave with an eager bounce in their step to attend the celebrations. Ah, it would seem they've arrived before us.
You took your sweet time.
Come on now. We were just way too early.
Ada's really nervous.
I don't blame her. I'm nervous too.
Hey, you don't need to tell them that.
What are you so nervous about? It's just a party, right? The only reason you are nervous is that you lack common sense, Yuna. Same goes for you. I'd say all three of you fit that bill nicely. Don't worry, Class 1, we're going to have fun tonight. It'll just be us branch campus instructors chaperoning you, but we'll make sure everything goes smoothly for all you students. Thank you, sir. I know a lot has happened between us, but I appreciate it. Instructor Rean? Can we get your autograph? Huh? You guys! They've been wanting to ask you that forever, but they couldn't with the prince around. As for me, I've been wanting to talk with you about a few things, Instructor Herschel. With me? Oh my, how flattering. No problem, we can all chat on the way to the palace. Really? What an honor. Hey, you guys! They're surprisingly fun. They're not so different from us once you get to know them. Maybe we can all be friends after all. Well, tonight will be your best chance to break the ice. Let's put aside our school rivalry and just have fun tonight. My thoughts exactly. Our rides are here. Let's get going, everyone. Teachers in one car, students in the other, right? Teachers are going to be in the one with the minibar.
The highest rank. Marvelous.
Teacher of the Year, so what am I supposed to have here? 422.
Here's your reward.
Glory Emblem. 141 for the chapter. Yep,
The
we got
top
everything.
score. Excellent.
Thank you, gift from Monk. Aben sticker. U materials. Monkey see, monkey say completed. Aben medal. Update copy of the Black Records. Talk of the town unlocked. Rean will need to have assistant from Thomas in order to fully analyze Black Record 7. 5 vitality droplets. 10,000 Miro, which probably isn't that much, I don't remember. So I thought there would be scenes at the party, but I don't know. I assume Randy told them don't burn down the place. The royal family would greatly appreciate it if there was at least something left when they were all done. Other than ashes. I have to put that disclaimer out there because I remember my time as a student. There you go, she's not in the swimsuit, whoever it was that made that request. I remember the request, but not the requester, sorry. I assume Melia was in the trunk? Wow. The moon looks larger than usual. Yeah, it almost looks magical. There's a blue moon tonight, when the night sky will be at its brightest. Due to Heimdall's geographical location, it only happens every few years. Really? I remember seeing it during the summer festival a few years ago. I heard there was also a blue moon on the final day of the War of the Lions. It appeared after several consecutive red moons, which made it even more prominent. Though it seems improbable, that is what they say happened. That's good to know. Sounds too perfect if you ask me. You're Thor's Branch Campus's Special Operations class, right? Allow me to show you around, to my apostrophes. Unfortunately, we will need to check your belongings. Thank you for your service. Rean's gonna duck off and flush his stash, I assume. Thank you. So I should mention I am trying this on my new capture card. There may be a difference in the video, I'm not entirely sure yet. We'll see. It's way too big. Well, it's the center of the largest country on the continent. Bet you've been here before, yeah? Yes, but it's been some time. When I attended St. Estrella, the princess would invite me over occasionally. So this is Prince Cedric's. Yeah, the castle he'll inherit one day.
Ah, there all of you are. I've been waiting for you.
Elise. Hello. Did you come all the way out here to escort us? Yes, I thought I might show you around. Oh, who's she? She's beautiful. She knows you guys in Class 7, right? Introduce us. She's Instructor Schwarzer's little sister. It's nice to see you again. She's also Princess Alphiston's best friend. It's nice to see you again as well. As for those of you I don't recognize, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm sure it is, and it will be nothing more than that. Anyway, please follow me. I'll guide you to Velflame Palace's as Melia's garden. Huh, so I could have gotten the Eternity Charm if I actually did an event with Towa. Oh well. In case you're wondering, yes, I'm reading this all on the side. Velflame Palace is Melia's garden. Reminds me of the auction place in, Zero. With the waterfall indoors and all. And the elevated architecture. This is seriously over the top. There's even a waterfall. They've got butterflies. They've let out a number of different birds during the day. They probably crap all over the place too, which is why you don't want to do that. All the walls are just huge windows. Damn, how much mirror did they sing into this place? It's evident that this place has been hosting important events for years. Live music? How elegant. There are incredibly important people everywhere I look. I'm starting to get lightheaded.
It would appear all of our guests have arrived.
We owe our thanks to Adios and the Lionheart Emperor for seeing our nation through to this day. However, tonight, we must also honor those who have put in exceptional effort into ensuring the continuing peace and safety of Heimdall. The students of Thor's main campus and branch campus. Together, they halted a threat to our nation, all in time for the summer festival. I'm told many instructors, former students, and bracers assisted them in this monumental task. All of these brave people have already been recognized by the Imperial Household Agency, but let us give them yet another round of applause.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, let us feast, talk, and drain our glasses.
In that order?
We should all enjoy ourselves tonight. However, there will be a dance later, so be sure you don't drain too many glasses. Of course, it goes without saying that the students, including myself, will be prohibited from having any alcohol.
While the adults are watching.
Damn it. I was gonna sneak a few.
Hey, you know you can't do that.
It's remarkable how much he's changed.
Now then, everyone, please raise your glasses.
Let us have a toast to this wonderful evening and the beginning of our festivities.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Hey, there's no need to hide in the back. This is a good opportunity. You should go and mingle with all the different people here. You're right. I think I'll go greet His Majesty first. Excuse me. I'll go too. I'm so nervous. Alright, guess it's time to go say hi to all the biggest bigwigs in Erebonia. You really are fearless. This is a very Una-esque course of action. Guess I'll go get some grub. If you'll excuse me. Shall we go too? Yeah, it seems like we'll need to say hello to quite a few people. Are there certain people I'm supposed to talk to first and foremost? Trying to figure out who to leave last. I don't know if we're actually able to go out the garden or the gate or anything. We're gonna leave that group last. We'll go this way then. Welcome to the party, Master Schwarzer. There will be no assigned seating, and food will be served buffet style, so you may enjoy it at your leisure. Now this seems like an interesting group. Well, I was telling Sharon we should go out drinking together just the other day. And so I decided to join her now. And I'm here too, not for the booze though. There's some juicy stories going on. Stories? What about? Stories from 4 years ago. About how a certain someone got in my way when I was trying to get back here from Northumbria. Oh. Last we met was when you requested my aid in stopping Lady Sarah. But first we need to make sure the Purple Lightning, the youngest A-rank bracers at the time, didn't interfere. So we made sure she had a tough time coming back home from Northumbria. As a result, the Divine Blade had to postpone his return to Liberl. And so the first stage of the Professor's brilliant gospel plan was complete. So that's what you and Campanella were talking about at Orcus Tower. Yes, I've admitted what I did to Lady Sarah. Well, my love and loyalty belong to the Reinford family now. Back then, the fool contacted me personally and asked for my assistance. I didn't tell Chairman Irina the details, but she gave me leave regardless. And since then, you've had no other contact with the Ouroboros. Swear to Adios? Adios? No, I swear on the Reinford family. This is pretty intense. Well, if you're bringing up the Reinford name, then I know you're serious. Alright, I give up. And I suppose you did get injured pretty badly when you went up against McBurn back in Crossbell. So I'll believe in you. When it comes to this, anyway. Lady Sarah, thank you. Phew. Alright, I love me a happy ending. Thinking back, though, that getup you had on looked like a pretty tight fit. I think something like that would really limit your movement. Just can't believe you're able to slip out on my grass for a whole week. Well, as someone who dwells behind the scenes, I have a number of sneaky tricks at my disposal. I'd never be a match for you in head-on battle, so please don't feel embarrassed you weren't able to beat me back then. Who said I was embarrassed? Do you want to go right now? Meet me outside the palace. There's something with her? 4 years ago, huh? That'd be right about 1 year after Gramps took me in. I think I remember reading about this stuff in the files I borrowed from Lecter. Huh? Yes, that would make sense. Wait, you mean the Intelligence Division knew about me and Sharon? It wasn't about you two, it was more about that S-rank bracer from Liberl. He had to come here from Liberl to help out the other bracers because you were stuck in Northumbria, right? The report was pretty detailed up until the part where the Jaeger Corps the society was using got completely wiped out. Oh, and it also sounded like they were monitoring Prince Oliver during his trip to Liberl. Wow, Wow, the intelligence vision is impressive, and just as terrifying. Do you think it may have been Major Arundel who was monitoring him? No doubt. I'm sure the orders came down straight from the top of their little group. Man, Cassius really helped me out a lot back in those days, but I haven't seen him since he quit being a bracer and went back to Laboral's army. Damn shame, too. He was quite the gentleman. Seems like he'd be right up your alley for sure. Small world. He and I are fellow disciples under Master Yun Kafai. Seems we're all connected through our acquaintances before we even knew each other. Seems like the intelligence division investigated what went down 4 years ago. Wonder if Gramps kept an eye on that Cassius guy. Wouldn't be surprised if he's an S-rank bracer. That means he's even stronger than Instructor Sarah. Lecter'd probably know, huh? Maybe I'll ask him sometime. Present company excluded, the intelligence division's pretty tight-lipped. Guess it can't hurt to ask, though. I humbly apologize for all the trouble I caused you, Lady Sarah. The only way I can properly atone is to devote myself to you. Not interested, but I am interested in having ourselves a rematch sometime. That'd be a clash for the ages. The boys have already gotten started. We can't let ourselves fall behind. Yes, you're right. And just a repeat, I imagine it's probably the same if I talk to her. We should go mingle too. I'm starting to get really nervous. It wasn't. Hello, Elisa, Towa. Are you enjoying yourselves? We are, thank you. It's really a lovely party. I just wish Angie was here with us. But Prince Oliver promised he'd look into her disappearance. So I'm hoping to make a lot of memories tonight I can share with her once she's back. I'm sorry, Towa. But you're right, I'm sure she'd like that. Yeah, I can totally see her now, hanging on your every word. Yes, there was something I wanted to ask you about, Towa. Is Rean as popular at the branch campus as I suspect he is? Seeing the way Muse drapes herself all over him, I had to wonder. To be honest, I was wondering that myself. Knowing him to keep his hands off his students, but still. Rean is certainly admired by a lot of people. But when it comes to romantic feelings, the pool's a bit smaller. I see. And would you be swimming in that pool by any chance? Me? I mean, I like him as a colleague, but something's definitely fishy. We may need to dive deeper into this topic. I should slowly back away before they notice me. Rean, you've come at a good time. We've got a question for you. Tell us, how many fans do you have at the branch campus? Fans? What are you talking about? Sorry, Rean. Seem like you're having fun, Rean. Same to you, Elisa. Have you been able to talk with some interesting people? Yeah, but I'm still pretty nervous. Although, if I'm being honest, I'm much more relaxed now than I was a few drinks ago. Glad to hear it. Just make sure you don't overdo it. It's such a pleasure being able to talk with so many different people like this. Hope you enjoy your time here too, Rean. I certainly will, thanks. Are you enjoying the dishes we prepared, Master Schwarzer? If you need anything at all, don't hesitate to let me know. Okay, wrong thing. I said we'd leave them last. Ah, here's the group people probably wanted to see. Was that really 2 years ago? Dang. Yeah, the hot springs in Ymir were lovely, but so was the food. I'd love to go back there with everyone again sometime. You all seem to be having a good time. Sounded like you were talking about Ymir? Rean, yes, we were talking about the trip everyone took there together. Yes, the Hot Springs Paradise Ymir, hometown of both Instructor Rean and Elise. I believe this is in the drama CD, so it's not in a game. It's supposed to be between games 2 and 3, I want to say. I've been there before as well. Yeah, that's right. But you weren't exactly there for a vacation or anything. Yeah, kidnapping Elise and the princess isn't really a touristy activity. But that was just for your mission, right? Have you ever been there for fun? No. I generally don't go anywhere unless required by a mission. That's a shame. Come to think of it, I've known Altina a while now, and I've never seen her go anywhere for fun. Growing up in a Jaeger Corps, I sort of know how that is. So that means you've never gone to Ymir's hot springs, then? Correct. I admit I'm a little curious about them. For example, how does bathing in a hot spring differ from a normal bath? It's a world of difference. To put it simply, it's bliss. It's what bathing must be like in heaven. The difference is that significant? Psst, Elise, are you thinking what I'm thinking? I sure am. Altina, how would you like to come visit Ymir sometime? I'd like to give you a proper tour of the town if we could. Are you sure? Of course, we'd love to have you. Do it, it'll be fun. In fact, maybe you should go with everyone in your class. Okay, thank you, I'll come visit. We'll hold you to that. Now we have another promise to look forward to. When the time comes, I'll have to do my best to be a good host. You can be the best by not being there. Just saying. Haven't been to Ymir in a while. I was talking to Sarah about maybe going once things calm down a little. Seems like the guild's been busy lately. Us too. It's like every time we turn around, there's another fire to put out. Well, we just gotta work hard and keep them out. Then I can go on my trip. I'll keep my fingers crossed for you. I'm so glad that Altina was able to join you. I think the whole class deserves a little vacation. Your original Class 7 certainly seemed to enjoy theirs. Yeah, and hey, when it happens, I'll at least be able to show them around. I'm looking forward to it. You bring up hot springs so often, I find myself curious about them. You should come visit Ymir sometime. If you're concerned about what happened the last time you were there, don't worry. Everyone in Ymir knows your circumstances. If that's the case, then very well, I'll look forward to it. I'm glad I made that promise. Agreed. By the way, is Celine not with you? No, I left her behind. Though she wasn't happy about it, I should probably bring her a souvenir to smooth things over with her. Too bad there's nowhere nearby that sells sardines. It's good to see you again, Miss Scories. How's your jewelry store been lately? We've opened up a new branch in Crossbell this year, and sales have been exceptional. We've been focused on expanding to other cities these past few years, but business has been good here in Heimdall, too. Right, the 8 Metropolis plan. As a fellow businessman, I should probably keep that in mind. By the way, Lord Lakelord, I hear you had a fishing competition. How did that turn out? It was neck and neck the entire time, and we ended in a tie. To be honest, it was a little embarrassing. Is that so? I say that means it was a good match. I always love to hear about a heated competition. It gets the blood flowing and the palms sweating. If you say so. Though the lack of a concise winner was unfortunate, the fishing contest truly was an excellent competition. Yes, an excellent competition indeed. Didn't we win that? I don't remember. Is that so? I'd say that means it was a good match. So she says the same thing. We'd have a court, I want to say. I could have de-equipped to someone, I don't know. That one. I think that's one I got from the fishing thing. Yeah, I don't really want to talk to this group. So by incorporating these new mathematical models, the country's economy can be developed even further. Correct. Economics is nothing more than a probability model based off sociology and collective psychology. It would be foolish to think mathematics has no bearing on it. You're right, of course. I suppose one could say the same of music theory. Huh? Really? Music and math seem like completely different fields to me. Sound is simply different frequencies and wavelengths of vibrations in the air, things easily convert into equations. Whether expressed in sound or in formulas, beautiful music remains beautiful. Seems kinda crazy to hear it put that way, but yeah, the way he talks about it's strangely compelling. Professor, would you be able to share an example of that with us? Yeah, I'm curious too. These two seem pretty interested in what the professor has to say. I'm a little surprised to hear he has any hobbies at all, but I guess out of everything, music makes the most sense for him. I hear he plays a mean cowbell. Enjoying yourself, Rean? Sure am. I'm guessing you two are making your rounds. That's right, Professor Schmidt seems the same as ever, but he looks like he's doing well. We haven't seen him since the Civil War. Not only is he very knowledgeable, he's got a sharp eye. I don't get me a chance to speak with him, so now's a good chance to ask him something I've been wondering. May as well. I think I'd like to ask him what he thinks about the potential in music. I'm sure you've got a lot of other people to talk to, so we won't hold you here. See you later, Rean. Have fun, you two. Professor, I've been wondering, how can we apply probability theory to the real-world economy? There are some basic models that can be used, but if you want to know more, you'd best learn macroeconomics. Got it, I'll look into that. Maki is keeping up with them, I'm impressed. And that's just a repeat. So we have to go back and talk to Towa then, right? Because I think I may have missed something. Professor Schmidt's just like I remember him. He seems like he's doing well, though. Get the feeling he'll have some interesting ideas to share. Like the latest in music theory. Think you should ask him a little about music's potential? Seems this newbie inspector and famous musician are men of culture after all. But I do not intend to give lectures here. They can feel free to enroll in the Ruhr Institute of Technology if they're so inclined. In the end, he's still the same as always. Well, at least Elia and Machias were able to get something out of this. Never imagined I'd be invited to such a wonderful party. Hopefully everyone from the branch campus is having just as much fun as I am. Most of them are at Villa Soleil right now, attending City Hall's party. I imagine Sydney's having the time of his life. You may be right. Let's just hope he doesn't find himself on Major Irving's bad side. Didn't know he had a good side. Wrong button. I'm probably gonna keep opening that damn thing. I am Patrick Higharms, third son of the Higharms house. I'm ashamed that I haven't introduced myself to you before now, sir. There is no need to be so formal, Patrick. Besides, it's a bit rare that I'm even in Erebonia, so I'm partly to blame. I've heard you're quite the traveler. Speaking of which, Mr. Warzel here tells me you visit Nord quite often. That's right, nearly every year. By this point, he's pretty much like one of the family. I just can't get enough of the beautiful expanses of land up there. On top of that, the clean air does these old bones good. I had a cabin built by the lakeside a few years back. It's such a tranquil place. Sounds lovely. Schwarzer's told me about the time he spent there, but I've never been. Nord is truly stupendous. The endless stretches of land, the free-flowing breeze, not to mention the kind and hospitable people. When I'm in Nord, it's like all the troubles of the world weighing on my mind blow away with the wind. My, hearing that makes me more intrigued than ever. Honestly, I felt fairly troubled myself lately. Well, it was plain to see you had a lot to deal with back in Ordis. You should come visit sometime. If our schedules line up, I'll show you around. I appreciate the offer. Oh, and Warzel. I'd like to take this chance to apologize for saying such an awful thing about you back when we were students. I'd completely forgotten. It's fine, I knew at the time you weren't thinking clearly. I appreciate the apology, though. Thank you. Hello, when did you show up? About halfway through. Youth truly is a wonderful thing. Yeah, guys, Patrick, I'm happy for both of you. I don't really remember what he said, but he spoke a ton of crap back then. Anyway, where have you been the past 6 months, guys? I called my friends in Nord a few times, but no one could tell me where you went. Yes, Schwarzer was concerned about you as well. Sorry to worry everyone like that. Some things came up and I had to travel outside the country for a while. Is that so? Sounds like you must have had a lot on your plate. Yes, I'll be sure to tell you about it at some point. I don't know what all I've said, so I'm gonna say nothing here. It's been some time since I've seen Gwen myself. Sounds like Patrick has been keeping busy ever since we graduated. I don't think I can talk long, but I should at least go say hello. Anyway, it does my heart good to see young guys again. He's certainly grown. It's like every time I turn around, he looks more and more like Lacan. Suppose it was pointless for me to worry. Gwen knows my father and older brothers, but I've yet to make his acquaintance. Nonetheless, I'm grateful I had the chance to talk with Warzel. I get the feeling that's been bugging you for a while now. While it may have been youthful ignorance, I never properly apologized. I'm glad I can now start to make things right. As someone possessed of a newly rediscovered fascination with Nord, it would ill-suit me to have a fraught relationship with its people. That's just one of the many things I'd like to talk to Gwen about. Okay. Let's talk to this group. I would just turn around and walk away in real life. Slowly so they don't notice you moving. How do you do, my Empress? As my father, Viscount Arsaid, could not be here tonight, I, his daughter, greet you in his place. Laura, I haven't seen you in some time. I hear you've mastered your family's sword style. I'm so happy to see how much you've grown. Thank you for your kind words. Now I believe it's your turn. I'm Ada Grant of Thor's Military Academy's main campus, Class 1. I'm truly indebted to your son. I mean, indebted. Oh, she said indented first. Yeah. I kind of missed that. Sorry, She's tripping all over her words. There is no need to be nervous. Cedric's told me all about his friends from class. I've also been told about a certain bright young lady who excels in both her studies and her club activities. Thank you for being such a wonderful friend of my son, and maybe you can introduce her to that girl sometime. That's, such kind words are wasted on me. I'm Una Crawford of Thor's branch campus. It's an honor to meet you, Your Highness. So Alphen told me about you and what happened in Crossbell. Further, let me apologize for my son's behavior towards those of you in the branch campus. Huh? Don't worry, there's no need for that. I think our field exercises in Crossbell turned out for the best. It really made me reevaluate myself. Now I have a better idea of the sort of things I can do to help moving forward. For a better future, not just for Crossbell, but for Erebonia too. Well said. It's clear to me you carry the spirit of Class 7 quite admirably. I sincerely believe the people of Erebonia could learn from that positive outlook of yours. Thank you so much, all of you, for what you've done for this country and what you will do in the future, Una, Ada, and Laura. Of course. I won't let you down, I swear on my sword and soul. I'll continue to do all I can, Your Highness. Did I speak to you yet? Yeah, that sounds familiar. Aw, man, they have individual things too. Hey there, you two. I heard you both introduce yourself to the Empress. Good job. Instructor Rean. Instructor, perhaps you should consider teaching your students basic manners and speak with nobility. When she began casually discussing her past grievances with a member of the Imperial family, my breath got in my throat. Oh yeah? Are you sure you weren't just choking on your words again? There's no need for you to bring that up again. These two make quite a pair. Speaking with Yuna is as exhausting as I expected it would be. When did she decide to start getting so chummy with me anyway? She's just eager to make amends with you guys. Anyway, I'm glad I met the Empress. I think the first part was I missed it. Miss Arseid as well. I've made very excellent progress so far. Yes, very excellent. Despite her words, she still seems pretty nervous. The Empress is such an elegant lady. She's got grace, but she isn't all stuck up. Plus, she's gentle and caring, just like a mother should be. I'd say she's got a new fan in me. I'm with you on that one. Now that I've talked with Yuna at length, I see so much potential in her. It feels as though she's destined for greatness. I completely agree. I look forward to seeing what becomes of the members of the new Class 7. This looks like trouble. Rean. It's good to see you again, Your Highness. We haven't spoken since late last year, I think. That's right, I can tell you've grown wonderfully since then. Allow me to apologize again regarding Cedric's behavior. Though I'm sure Alphen and Olivert have already said the same thing to you. Please, it's fine. After everything that's gone on the last few days, it's all water under the bridge now. I'm just happy to see he's much better now, considering everything he went through last year. I suppose that's a good way to look at things. In any event, I shouldn't hold you here too long. I'm sure there are many people here who would like to speak with you, so please enjoy yourself. Thank you, Your Highness. I'm delighted to have met you. There must be many others who are interested in speaking with you. Do enjoy yourself. I will, Your Majesty. That's still the same butler. He seems to be creeping around on us. You're the students from Thor's. I know His Majesty already spoke with you, but allow me to thank you as well. You're welcome. We still have a long way to go, though. There's no need to be so nervous. I'm just a minor official. Minor? You're the Secretary General of the Ministry of Railways. That's pretty high up there. Look over there. Those people are the ones at the top of the ladder. The Director General of the Ministry of Railways, the Prime Minister of the Central Diet, and the leader of the province of Northumbria. Do you really think I'm on the same level as them? Well, but that's enough of that. I hope you'll enjoy yourselves, and be sure to mingle. Everyone here might seem scary, but they won't bite your head off or anything. Yes, sir. Thank you for the advice. Guess that means Ozzy Osbourne isn't here. Mr. Shores, I hear you'll be chaperoning the students this evening. I'm sure you'll have your hands full. I'm sure things will go fine. They're all good kids. Good luck nonetheless. It's quite a rare thing for such young guests to be invited to such a party. I hope they make the most of this experience. There are so many famous people here. This is a once-in-a-lifetime kind of party. I'm going to work on my courage and introduce myself to everyone. Well, except for those people at the top of the ladder. Thought about talking to Elise, but it seems like she's busy at the moment. Maybe I'll go introduce myself once she's done. Just keep in mind, I'm watching you. Or maybe not. The dances are going to start before too much longer. Please enjoy chatting with the other guests in the meantime. So those are the ones we'll save for last. Will is down there. I see Ash and... Is that Fritz? The party tonight is particularly lively. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves. Can we get out? Shouldn't wander off. Yeah, these are essentially the same. So you learned your swordplay from my brother, then? Yes, though before that, Lecter taught me some basics. But since his blade style is, shall we say, highly improvisational... Oh man, Lecter. I consider Lord Rufus my true teacher. That said, he only trained me for a short while I was still living here in Heimdall. You only received a small amount of training and you've become this strong. I'm impressed. I've heard Governor General Rufus's court fencing skills are second to none, so I'm sure his lessons were very thorough. They are indeed. My brother started teaching me when I was 10. I've been trained since then in hopes of surpassing him. I can only wonder how close I've gotten. Perhaps you'll have the opportunity to find out before too long. What about you, Kurt? When are you planning to be able to surpass your father and brother? I'm sure you know just as well as I do, but they're on such a different level from normal people, it's almost inhuman. My father's starting to feel his age, but said he's nearly as strong as the Radiant Blade Master. You have to spend decades trying to even reach them, much less surpass them. The Thunder God. I doubt even my brother could prove a match for him. If there were anyone in Erebonia who would prove a match, it would likely be the Rakshasa. Or perhaps... Looks like this conversation's really starting to heat up. Oh, Instructor Rean. You've come at the perfect time. Join us, Instructor. We were just discussing swordplay. Come, join us as a disciple of the 8 Leaves. If you insist. Guess when you get enough Erebonian men in one place, it's only a matter of time before we start talking about swords. And so the group enjoyed a spirited discussion about sword styles, both from within the Empire and without. It's been quite a while since I've been able to speak with the Prince. Who would have thought I'd be able to discuss swordsmanship to such depth with him like this? I almost can't contain myself. Well, there's always someone better out there. Though my lordly duties have occupied much of my time lately, I do want to get back to regular training. And I hope you'll be there to aid me. Of course, and next time I'll go all out. Rean, a moment if you would. I'd like to thank you. I hear you agreed to share Elfin's first dance tonight. I'm sure she's just beside herself with happiness. Hold on a sec, I thought she was just kidding about that. Given the current atmosphere, I don't really think I can accept. Oh, is that so? It seems to me those rumors that have been spreading like wildfire lately may be more than just talk. But I think the Ashen Chevalier is more than qualified to be a partner for my sister. Perhaps even beyond tonight's dances, if you know what I mean. No, I mean I'm nowhere near qualified for that. Well, unfortunately for you, Elfin's first dance is part of tonight's schedule. If there's already someone you're planning to have a future with, then that's that, I suppose. But would you dance with her tonight regardless? Think of it as a favor, not only for my sister, but the entire Imperial family. There's still plenty of time before the dance. Do think it over. Or else... Please consider dancing with my sister as a favor to the Imperial family, though if you can think of any other candidates, I suppose that's alright too. How about Eustace, Patrick, or Kurt? I'm not sure how well that'd go over, Your Highness. Perhaps my sister is a safer course of action, then. There's seriously a group I want to talk to less. Oh well. Chairman Arena, Major Claire, Muse. You three sure make an interesting group. Thought I might use this opportunity to scout out some promising talent. The Icy Maiden here oversees logistics for the entire Empire's railroad system. Were you to join Reinford, I would ensure you were immediately placed in a position worthy of your talents. I'm flattered, but I think military logistics and business logistics may be a bit too different. I don't know about that. In both warfare and business, you need to efficiently allocate limited personnel and resources. I'm sure Major Claire would make a wonderful businesswoman. An excellent analysis. Muse Egret. I saw the potential in the reports you submitted about the arts rifle and the Kestrel. I'm trying to remember, what is the Kestrel? It's one of the mechs, I think. If you can't decide what to do after you graduate, I'll have a spot waiting for you at Reinford, too. For that matter, the RMP would welcome your talents, too. I'm sure you may have some concerns regarding your house, but I'm sure I can be of help. Why, thank you. I'm flattered. Chairman Arena and Major Claire are always ready to scout out a new hire. Do these two have some ulterior motive, or am I just overthinking it? It's quite fun fantasizing about what I'm going to do after graduation. You don't need to worry too much about it now, but it is something you'll need to decide eventually. Honestly, Muse, I think you're capable of doing anything you put your mind to. You may be overestimating me just a smidgen. This is the last place I expect to do some scouting, or be scouted. Though I must admit I did get a little territorial when she tried to headhunt Muse. Can't blame Chairman Arena for being interested. You'd both be great additions to any team. By the way, Schwarzer, you'd be a welcome addition to our company yourself. Join us and I'll make you the lead pilot and head of our Panzer Soldat division. I appreciate the offer, but I'm happy being a teacher for now. Yeah, we'll talk to this dude. We have a break room and a waiting room prepared this way. You're free to make use of them should the need arise. Let's go! One of the waiting rooms. Must you turn this palace into a palace of lies? Anyway.
It is a great honor to have been invited here.
This on top of what you did for us following the Northern War. I can't even begin to properly show my gratitude.
Raise your heads, both of you. I've already pardoned you for what happened in the Civil War. Given how much you've contributed since then, there's no need to revisit the past. Wouldn't you agree, Marquis High Arms?
Wholeheartedly. The Civil War was a product of the four great houses. Personally, I feel I'm the one who deserves to be locked away for a while.
No more of that talk from you either. Were you to be detained, half the Empire would cease functioning. Had Lord Ragnar been here in Heimdall, I would have loved for him to join us tonight.
As would I. Perhaps we should schedule a meeting with him soon.
That aside, I hear both of you played a very active role during the events on Lemaire. You faced the Blazing Demon, Brigadier General, while the General here went toe-to-toe with the Steel Maiden. You heard correctly. But that monster said to be a match for even the Radiant Blade Master. The best I could do was hold him off. I will say the battle was a very rare and valuable experience, though I'd also be very interested in seeing your 104 military combat techniques. That certainly takes me back, but I fear those days are behind me. If Van Dyke isn't yet old enough to retire from the front lines, then you certainly aren't either. Not to mention Victor, Mateus, and Zax. Perhaps it's a bit childish of me, but given all of Erebonia's famed swordsmen, I can't help but wonder which is greatest among them. I hear Liberal has held swordsmanship tournaments before. Were our fighters to participate, it would undoubtedly be quite the spectacle. Oliver tells me foreigners are welcome to join. If the opportunity presents itself, I'd love to take part. My, I fear I may have awakened a sleeping tiger. I don't think I should interrupt this conversation. Oh well, I'll look for another opportunity. But Principal Le Guin sure is something. She doesn't hold herself back at all, even when talking to him. Now she just needs to go up there and smack him around a bit. So I was wondering if I could still talk to the NPCs there, but it looks like not. So who else is still there? And if Discord keeps pinging, I will probably pause the video while I go take care of that. So it looks like it's just the one I've been holding off on. It seems both the main and branch campuses have some promising young cadets this year. In fact, if you two are headed to the Army after you graduate, I'd gladly welcome you to the 4th Armored Division. It's an honor to hear that from Craig the Red himself, but I'd prefer to stay by His Highness Cedric's side in whatever way possible. Sounds like you just got shot down, old man. So it seems. How about you then? Care to join the 4th? Sorry, but I'm not into hanging out with a bunch of muzzleheads. But if you got a ton of cuties like the Icy Maiden, maybe I'll think about it. Well, I wouldn't say tons, but we've got a few. Just between you and me, though, simply being part of the 4th is enough to send ladies swooning into the street as you pass. Whether you use this little perk to your own ends is entirely up to you. Seriously? Alright, now we're talking, old man. Hey, eyebrows, that all it takes to tear you away from your beloved prince? Maybe there's hope for you after all. What do you mean by that? I'm still loyal to the prince. Oh, and don't call me eyebrows. Seems like a rowdy group. So we may... Okay, I was wondering, like, would things automatically progress or would we be able to talk? I always thought Craig the Red would be some giant hard-ass, but turns out he knows what's up. Seems like the branch campus students do whatever they please. That Ash Carbide, he's not bad. Well, he's one of the special ones among the students. In the head, maybe. Fritz and Ash, they both look very promising. They're polar opposites. If they both join the 4th Armored Division, things could get really interesting. True, they could end up being a good combination. So you're the Ashen Chevalier, huh? I didn't expect to get to meet you here. I think I've seen this person in the Imperial Chronicle. You're the director of the Imperial Museum, right? That's right, my name is Levant. I hear we have those of you from Thor's to thank for saving us yesterday. I heard stories of the strange incident that happened in the museum. It wasn't just us, we had a lot of people standing with us. Dorothy and Professor Lumen were very helpful too. Ah, Professor Lumen. That's right, he mentioned having a rather difficult day. Well, from the sound of it, everything's taken care of now, so there's no need to worry. That's a relief to hear. Thank you. So I imagine when we go back up here it may progress. Yep. Now we have to go up there, I guess. There are even more people now. I should wait it out a bit longer. Now there's a new group for us to talk to. I'll take my chances with this group. Thank you. Well, hello there, Marquis. It's been a while, huh? A little over a year if I'm remembering it right. Yes, we last spoke in the province of solving those flooding issues. The dam you oversaw construction of has been working excellently. It's already gone a long way towards improving the livelihoods of our local farmers. Glad to hear it. It's a good thing we were able to proceed with the project free of my demon daughter's influence. My, Master Gwyn. Well, the chairman has been a great help to us too, in her own way. You must be Sharon. I hear your efforts were indispensable in helping us expand St. Ark's airport. Celestin was truly grateful for the assistance. I was only working in Chairman Irina's stead. Besides, Mr. Celestin's finesse in getting permission from the railways was just as important. That reminds me, didn't you work with Celestin at the main campus last year? A super butler and a super maid working shoulder to shoulder, and maybe the two of them pressed more than that together. Well, he's 30 years old now, and he's like a son to me. I'd be happy to discuss arrangements between the two. Oh my, no. It would be far too great an honor for me. Well, they're having fun. I'm surprised by how many people in the Rhinefords know. Guess it makes sense, though, given how big their company is. You probably wouldn't think it, but Marquis High Arms and I go back quite a ways. Not quite old colleagues, but I had the opportunity to work with him on a number of matters concerning infrastructure. So yes, it was around 10 years ago during the time the plans were being drawn up for the modernization of the nation's railway network. Leave it to the man who used to sit in the big chair at Rhineford to talk about Marquis High Arms like just another business associate. This is such a lovely party. You certainly seem to be enjoying yourself. I am, but for one concern. Will Lady Elise's feelings be reciprocated when it comes time to dance? I mean, let me think it over. The longer I stay in this conversation, the more she'll make me squirm. Rean, it's good to see you again. I hear you've been working more miracles in other provinces just as you did in Sutherland. It wasn't just me, I had help from a huge number of people. I saw you speaking with the Emperor and the Chancellor earlier. Yes, I saw General Le Guin and Brigadier General Bardia setting to present themselves, and I couldn't help but be nosy and go stand with them. I wouldn't call it nosiness. You have a genuine concern for others. That's what we need in times like these. By the way, is Celestin here with you? He's with my oldest son at the party City Hall's hosting. I hope he's been helpful to those of you at the branch campus. Helpful? If I started to list off everything he's done for us, we'd be here all night. I hope the summer festival concludes without incident. Worrying about it won't do us any good. May Dios and the Lionheart Emperor guide us. I wonder if something's bothering him. Okay, let's whip out the... Oh, come on! Everyone has something new? Prince Cedric, it's been far too long. You're right, it's been a few years, hasn't it, Patrick? And you're Ash, right? I think this is the first time we've spoken one-on-one like this. Guess so. We had our problems, but I can't say I don't like your style. Every time we run into you, you say some shit that really stirs things up. My word, have you forgotten this is the Crown Prince? Show him some respect. He's right, Ash. Well, if it isn't Rean again. Don't worry about Ash. I'm glad for the chance to just be able to talk like this with someone my own age. Hear that? I got the okay, straight from the Imperial family. Even so, you still need to be more respectful. Like I said, don't worry, it's fine. Anyway, I assume you're here to give me your reply about your upcoming dance with my sister. What did you just say? For real? It was a last-minute sort of thing. So the rumors were true after all. Well, no matter, if you're dancing with the princess, then I'll be able to dance with Elise. Dance with Elise? What exactly makes you think that you can do that? Why do you always make that same terrifying smile? You know, you're like a completely different person whenever Elise is around. If you learn your lesson, maybe I wouldn't have to be. That said, after she dances with me, you're welcome to ask her for a dance. Really? But just remember, Patrick, leave room for Adios. Right. I'm hoping that doesn't go over people's heads. Just don't dance too close. Damn, man, making a move on the princess herself. I'm supposed to be the crazy one in the group. Can you please not say things that'll get me thrown in prison? So this is the overbearing older brother side of you I've heard so much about. Quite different from my own older brother. But when you think about how lovely Elise is, it's only natural to look out for her. Thank you for all the equipment you've provided to the branch campus, Chairman Arena. Elise has been such a big help too. We really can't thank the Rean for company enough. Well, my daughter aside, the reports you've been sending us have been just as helpful. And Emma, I'd like to thank you for all the data you provided us on the Orbital staff. It was no trouble at all. Thank you for letting me use it. There really is a lot of talent here at this party tonight. If either of you have any complaints about your current positions, just let me know. I'll have positions at Rhineford worthy of your talents prepared in an instant. That's so nice of you to offer, but I'm happy where I am right now. So am I. Looks like she's still in recruitment mode. Elise's mother is so pretty, and she's a genius businesswoman to boot. Hope that one day I can carry myself with her level of confidence. You know, Emma, you're an impressive woman in your own right. You mean it? It's kind of embarrassing to hear you say that out loud like that. As the branch campus's head of political economics, I'm particularly interested in Chairman Arena's business philosophy. I wonder if she's willing to teach a special class for us. Good idea. I think the students would really benefit from something like that. Glad I'm not the only one. Maybe I should ask her. Let's see. Who haven't I talked to yet? Man, Arena really knows how to network. I think I've already spoken. I don't know if that was the same as before, because there's just too many people for me to accurately keep track of. I didn't expect to get the chance to speak with you, Brigadier General. The Black Whirlwind is Sutherland himself. Last time I saw you was in the final battle of the Civil War. Good to see you again too, General. It's a real shame the Infernal Castle got in our way. I would have liked the chance to test myself against the legendary 4th Armored Division. It would have been an honor to even slow you down. Quit your joking. Between your prowess piloting a Panzer Soldat and your spear skills, you'd have done a lot more than just slowed us down. Those Nord spear techniques are really something else. Are you trained in them as well, by any chance? Why, yes, I am. Though I hear the skills of the Bardius family are even more polished. It's thanks to my family having lived in Erebonia so long, we've incorporated certain aspects of Imperial spear techniques into our style. We've got a bit of the Schleden style, the Vanner style, and even a few techniques from the Eisenritter mixed in. I'm actually a little jealous of the pure Nord style you use. Well, to be honest, my style isn't completely Nord these days. Dare I say it's Artorian? I'm trying to remember... was it Artarian? I forgot. Screw it. All this talk of styles. I only ever trained in the 104 military combat they taught us at the military academy. I'm jealous of both of you for being able to discuss martial arts with such depth. You're a master of combat in your own way, General. Speaking of the military combat style, I hear it's been going through a number of changes lately to account for Panzer Soldats. I'm sure your right-hand man is quite the pilot. Neidhart is one of the best, of course. But even then, I doubt he'd be a match for you, Brigadier General. Maybe General Van Dyke would be a better sparring partner. I think I'll leave him to Lady Aurelia. Looking at them now, you wouldn't know these two men on the battlefield at the end of the Civil War. Now that I think of it, Gaius is acquainted with both of them. He knows General Craig Thureliot, and from what I've heard, Gaius and Brigadier General Bardius are both taught by that one traveling priest. Barkhorn. Unless they changed his name. The General can still be pretty unreasonable, but I've learned to just let his demands just roll off my back. I gotta... let's see. Yeah, I guess he really is used to dealing with him. Stupid spam text. I've been acquainted with both of them for a while, but I haven't had the opportunity to introduce them until now. Each one is a master in their own right. Imagine their shared love of martial arts will give them more than enough to talk about. Because there wasn't a clear winner between me and the Brigadier General, I was curious. Perhaps we should hold a Panzer Soldat tournament to stir up all the youngins. I can see that getting really out of hand. There you are, Yuna and Altina, talking with Major Claire, I see. Instructor. Well, hello there. You've been bouncing between all the different chats the whole night, Instructor. Well, a chance to talk with all these different people doesn't come often. I need to make the most of it. I remember that Yuna knew Claire from before, but you'd met her before the start of the school year, Altina. Yes, she often looked after Melia and me when we went on joint missions. We haven't had a good chance to talk with each other like this since back when I was still at the police academy. She really helped me out a lot back then. Yuna, it was nothing. What precisely did the Major help with? If you're comfortable sharing it with us, that is. It's old news by now, but it happened at the end of last year. After Lloyd was branded a criminal, I started protesting at the military police HQ. But the new head of the department was from Ereboni, and he revoked all the academic credit I gained. For protesting? Could he even do that? Such actions were beyond both his rights and unfounded. Precisely, I felt it was completely uncalled for, so I stepped in. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get all her units back. We managed to get about half of them reinstated. And we reached an agreement where I'd be able to get the other half back by attending a different school. Now I see. So that's how you ended up at the branch campus. Correct, I thought it would benefit her more than simply retaking the same class at the military police academy. I heard a new Class 7 was being formed, so I recommended her to the branch campus. I had no idea. I was pretty ticked off at the time, but now I feel like everything worked out for the best. If I continued on at the police academy and joined the military police, I would have probably exploded from stress. But don't think this means I was happy to be in your class or anything. Oh yeah? It's a shame. But does this mean you're going to leave us once you get your units? Oh. Well? After going through all that to get here, there's no way I'm just going to up and leave you guys. There's so many things I want to do here now, and besides, I need to stick around to look after you, Allie. Well, as far as schoolwork is concerned, I'm the one who looks after you. Glad you found such a good place for yourself, Yuna. Yuna character note added. There are many reasons I recommended Yuna to the branch campus, but it makes me happy to see just how well she's done. She really is impressive. Perhaps it's a little late to say this now, but thank you for sending her our way. You don't have to thank me. Knowing that one of my dear students has been able to spread her wings is thanks enough. Oh, that's right, huh? Another connection. So I'm going to go ahead and say it, because you may hear it by now. I'm getting a little distracted by the cat. The cat has come up here 4 times, looked around, and just walked away. And the cat is now back again, so I don't know if she's going to stick around or what's going on, but it's distracting. Fate sure works in mysterious ways, huh? If you told me half a year ago where I'd be today. Anyway, thanks Instructor Rean for everything you've done for us up until now. I've been thinking about it, but there's no guarantee I'll be able to stay at the branch campus. Does the thought of leaving make you feel sad? I don't think I understand that feeling. In any case, I prefer being here. But if it turns out I need to leave, I'll accept my new orders. Though if possible, I'd like to spend more time with Yuna and the others. I'm glad to hear it. Challenge? No, we're not doing this. There's just a lot of distractions going on, but I'm hoping I can get all this now. Excuse me, are you Miss Elisa Reinford of the Reinford Group? You're one of the members of the Class 7, right? The ones who saved Cedric's life in the Civil War? And now you're the director of the 4th Development Division? I saw the interview you had with the Imperial Chronicle. It was so inspiring. My name's Ada Grant. I'm from Class 1 at Thor's main campus, and it's really an honor to meet you. That's really flattering, thank you. I'm happy to meet you too, Ada. I think you might be overselling me a bit, though. There's no need to be modest, Elisa. You really are an incredible woman. Exactly, it's one of my goals to be even half as lovely and skilled as you are. Well, from what I hear, you're pretty skilled already. And there's plastic surgery for the looks department, right? You got 2nd place in the midterm exams out of both Thor's campuses combined, right? Those are just grades. When I think about everything you and your class accomplished, scoring high on a test seems so insignificant. Nonsense, you shouldn't ever devalue your own hard work. Maybe you should come work for me after you graduate. Just kidding. Huh? I think you stunned her into silence. Sorry, I still haven't decided on what to do after I graduate. Don't stress over it, just keep it in mind as one of your potential choices. I will, thank you so much. Looks like Elisa's in recruitment mode too. Also, Ada seems to know a lot about Class 7. Wonder if that's the reason she enrolled at Thor's in the first place. Aw, man. Because of the restructuring of the main campus this year, we students are strongly being encouraged to get jobs with the military or government. I've been agonizing over what I should do even before I enrolled at Thor's. I actually considered going to Saint Estrella at one point. You don't say. Yes, I knew Princess Elfin was attending the school, and I thought I might be able to find a path to follow there. But then I heard about a heroic group of students from Thor's fighting in the Civil War. That's what led to my decision. Happy to hear we were able to inspire you like that. Now she can carry on the Thor's spirit just like you did. I suppose no matter which school you ended up choosing, you would have been able to meet someone from the Imperial family. I almost wish we could have gone to school together. But of course we can still be friends now. I look forward to seeing you more in the future, Ada. So do I. She may not be related to Instructor Rean by blood, but she's just as wonderful a person as he is. Is everything alright? No, yes, sorry, it's nothing. Looks to me like you're still agonizing over what to do after graduation. No, it was something else. I mean, I'm happy to see the three of them getting along so well. What will you two be doing about the dance after this? Right, well, traditionally it's the man who asks the woman out. Yes, if you ask me, I certainly won't decline. Both of them seem fidgety. Wonder what's going on. Ada's so brilliant and can do so much that she's probably having a hard time deciding what exactly to do. It's wonderful to hear that you had such an impact on her that she wanted to enroll at Thor's. It's really an honor, I'm thrilled. It seems like the wall between the main and branch campuses is all but gone. There you are, Rean. That girl, Ada, she's from the main campus, right? I'm pretty impressed with her. I ended up giving her an invite to come work for me. Guess you're more like your mom than you think, Elisa. That's the last thing I want to hear. But since you brought it up, is this the kind of mindset Mother has? It's a relief to see that the next generation of Thor students is so impressive. They're not really like a next generation since it's only been 2 years, but yeah. Hello, you two. You seem to be talking about something interesting. We were in the middle of discussing military technology in recent years. There's no stopping the march of progress. We've got weapons today that people couldn't even dream of just a decade ago. That's true, Panzer Soldats, those colossal archaisms, even the railway cannons. Not to mention, certain countries almost have fully functioning orbital networks. Soon enough, we might even get to the point where even bracers will need to know how to use an orbital terminal. If you can't use an orbital terminal, then the future will be bleak for you. How do you mean? Technological advancements in recent years are due to the development of high-level orbital arithmetic logic units. The orbital network works to connect those. As more and more are linked, the possibilities become endless. This new technology is far more advanced than anything that came before it. In fact, I can go as far as to say we're living through the second orbital revolution. No kidding. If you're saying this is happening as we speak, then... Now this sounds like quite a fascinating little chat. Hmm? Oh. Hey there, Lecter. So there you are. Yeah, I was off doing a few patrols of the place. Seems like the palace is secure, though. Well, that walking really worked up an appetite. I'm about to be all over this buffet. By the time I'm done, it'll probably be all over me, too. With the way you act, I won't even know you're a major. Oh yeah? How's progress on those Ramdas, Professor? Right, those were the battle orbits the Calvardian agents were using. Don't be impatient, I've only just begun the analysis. From my first look at them, though, I can tell they're excellently made. Their most noteworthy quality so far is they will only function when activated by their owners. Thus far, all we've gotten from our analysis has been reams of junk data. Well, maybe they use the unique qualities of each person's spirit as a kind of key. And a person's spirit is definitely something you can't just crank out a copy of. Could be they've got a completely secure system, probably called a spirit code or something like that. How do you know all this? I don't know a thing, I'm just pulling all this from the usual place. Those were all just guesses? You need to give logical explanations to support your hypotheses. Lecter was telling me about his intuition earlier today, but... Sheesh, these two. Yep, like a bucket of vinegar and a pile of baking soda. This will probably go on for a while, so let's just let them figure it out. I don't know if that's the best option. So yeah, the cat took off again. We'll see if she comes back. Tell me, how'd you know all that? Spit it out. I require a full logical explanation, not one iota less. Man, I really got myself caught by some real troublemakers. Honestly, it was your own fault. But you really didn't know anything about the Ramdas? I mean, sure, I had my suspicions. Just between you and me, I hear there's an artifact that can perfectly encrypt communication data. It can connect across any distance and even serve as a terminal for multiple devices. Wait, could that be... Can't you guys just let me enjoy myself? I got people to schmooze and hors d'oeuvres to snarf. That's our Lecter, unfortunately. Yes, you cannot leave a single hors d'oeuvre behind, Lecter. It's wasteful. Just look at him argue. It's a beautiful thing. No intention of stopping them, I take it? By the way, didn't you have some guild business to discuss with Lecter? Oh yeah, about reopening the branches outside of Heimdall. I'm saving that for later. Figured it'd be best to bring that up when I had Fee with me. How many more are there? 1, 2, 4. Okay, not too many. Machias, Kurt, and Fritz? What are you three talking about? We're discussing chess. Would you care to join in? It makes sense now that I think about it. I had no idea Machias was also in chess club. To have entered that tournament, he must be really skilled. Oh, you were in a tournament? Yeah, there was an amateur chess tournament going on the other day. I happened to have the day off, so I figured it might be fun. But I ended up losing in the semifinals. Wow, even getting to the semifinals is impressive on its own. I agree, even though it was for amateurs, the people who place high in those tournaments are often just as good as some pros. Would you mind telling us more about it? Sure thing. It's always nice seeing people bond over shared hobbies. Well, this was like the most pointless out of all of them. Machias must be quite the skilled player considering he made it all the way to the semifinals. I wonder if he'd be open to teach me his secret someday. Apparently the main campus used to have 2 separate chess clubs. I hear they had quite a heated rivalry between them. Makes sense considering how passionate Machias seems about it. And the reason why I'm laughing is the cat just came back. You know, all this talking has me in the mood for a game of chess. Hope we can play again together someday, Rean. That'd be fun, even more so if we could get Eustace to join us. I guess. Eustace hasn't changed a bit, still just as intimidating and aloof as he ever was. Someone needs to knock him off his high horse. Sounds like you haven't changed much either, Machias. Yep, that one. There's one over here, right? Here we go. I think I finally met with everyone I needed to. I'm glad you can take a little rest now. Must be tough being the head of one of the 4 great houses. Why do you even need to do all that boring stuff? Just let loose. This is supposed to be a party. It's not that simple. Why did just let loose here? It would create problems in the future. I will do everything I can to fulfill my duty as the head of the Elorea family. Hey now, if your brows get any more furrowed, your head's gonna crack like an egg. Let me give you a face massage. I'll get you nice and unfurrowed in no time. No, you won't. Why does this sort of thing always happen with you? Do you even realize the problems that you would cause here? Besides, you're a young lady now, so... Gonna get ya. You two. You guys sure are having fun. These two never change, do they? But, what's wrong? Maybe I'm just reading too much into it, but does it seem like Eustace and Melia are always together these days? Do you think maybe... Quit hanging on me like that. Nope. Scratch that thought. Yeah. I'd say they're more like a brother and sister that get along really well. Coming from me, Rean, I'm not quite sure how to take that. Maybe hoping they'd matured was a little too optimistic. Right. Isn't it almost time to dance? Any idea who you'll be dancing with, Rean? Maybe. Good luck then, I'm rooting for you. Hi there, Rean. Done rubbing elbows yet? Just about. Haven't checked in with the other royalty yet, though. They're just yakking it up with Gramps. I'm sure you'll get a chance to talk to him later. Just enjoy the party for now. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Good goddess. 2 years and yet Milliam hasn't changed one bit. Maybe so, but you've loosened up quite a bit, Eustace. I'm well aware, but that's no reason for Milliam to dote on me so irksome, to say the least. Hold on, who are these guys? My goal is to be able to run my own company one day. Is that so? I was actually 22 when I founded my first business. The trick when starting out is to focus on your brand, you see. I do see. Go on, go on. Star of advice. Well, now I'm interested too. The president of Sankori's, her jewelry brand is world famous. Even her topics of conversation are on another level. I only came as emotional support, but I'm pretty intrigued now. It's good to mingle like this every so often, but it seems Governor General Rufus isn't joining us this year. Sure, he'll come back once things have settled down in his province. I'll talk with him then. Wow, so that was when you and Brigadier General Bardius first met. I'm sure your little duel ended up wrecking everything around you for a whole selge. Well, duels are an excellent way to deepen one's bonds. That's true, isn't it, Fee? Now that you mention it, I guess so, yeah. Taking a trip down memory lane, I see. Yes, we were listening to Countess Le Guin's tales from when she was a student. After the school year began, she took control of the fencing club and declared war on all the other clubs. She beat the swimming club in a swimming race, the chess club at chess, and any club that lost to her had to join the fencing club. Finally, she challenged Brigadier General Bardius, the president of the riding club, to a jousting match. I've heard bits and pieces of the story before, but there are so many things wrong with that story. The match went on for 2 hours without a winner. Finally ended in a draw when we each knocked each other off our horses simultaneously. It was that moment when Wallace became an important person to me. He's my right hand and my comrade, a rival and a partner. As a fellow swordswoman, I'm jealous of you. Having someone like that would be incredible. Someone who's a nemesis but also a friend. I think I get it. Since we have the chance, I'd like to hear your stories too. I've wondered about Laura, but I'm sure your history is just as fascinating. Have you by chance met the leader of the Red Constellation, perhaps the War God, or maybe an S-rank bracer? I've seen the War God's successor, but I haven't met any of the S-rank bracers yet. That's Randy, just in case you're wondering, the War God's successor. Unless that's supposed to be Randy's uncle, but Randy is the one usually referred to as the successor. His uncle would be the head of the Constellation now. It's understandable, there are only a small handful of them on the entire continent after all. They're really getting into the conversation now. I shouldn't be surprised that Aurelia already knew Laura, and I think she'll get along great with Fee too. So you're a bracer, are you? I'm surprised to see such strong members of the guild as yourself and the Purple Lightning. Speaking of, I hear she's acquainted with my master as well. Yes, that's correct. She and my father share a mutual respect. Well, I hear the guild's been trying to recruit you for a while now. If you join, they'd probably bump you straight up to S rank. Is that so? Now I'm even more curious. Perhaps being a bracer would be a refreshing change of pace for me. Not so sure about that. It may not be the best fit. I'm sure she's just joking around like usual, right? But she'd become a bracer. I can just picture the looks on Sarah and Toval's faces. It's not too bad conversing with the young every now and then. The bracer's issues aside, this is a good chance for me to learn more about the two of them. We may be understaffed, but I think adding the principal to our ranks might be overkill. And even if we did, we'd have her and Sarah butting heads every day. Yeah, I can definitely see that. Still, I'm kind of glad she offered. Hope we can keep having little chats like this from now on. The Countess's position is a difficult one. Despite having reached the top of her current field, her ambition still knows no bounds. We cannot lose to them, Rean. We shall make our way forward together. Always, Laura, always. Okay, last sweep. Is there anything up here? Hold on, who's that? Never mind. It's an honor to be able to speak with you, Your Highness. My name is Muse Egret. I apologize for not being able to meet with you before now. Well, that's not quite true. I remember you visiting the palace about 13 years ago when your parents were still alive. The two of us first met back then. It was then when you first met Alphen, too. I remember the two of you playing and laughing. I had no idea. Now that you mention it, I have a few fuzzy memories. I think I was about 4 at the time, so she must have been 3. At the time, I never could have guessed what was going to happen to your parents. These words may be far too late, but my heart goes out to you for your loss. No, I appreciate it. Thank you for your kind words. Guess it's the first time they were able to talk like this. But if her parents came to visit the palace, that must mean... Introducing yourself to the Empress, Muse? Well, yes. I've lived in Heimdall for some time now, but I've never had the chance to speak with her. I'm glad I was able to put one of my regrets to rest. I'm sorry it took so long, Muse. Mother had actually been asking me to set up a meeting with you for a little while, but everything that happened... I'm glad you two were finally able to speak, though. Thank you, Elfin. Guess Muse's circumstances are more complicated than I thought. But I'm glad to hear she has the Empress and the Princess looking out for her. Oh, so Instructor Rean, are there any truth to the rumors you'll be dancing with the Princess later this evening? I suppose Cedric has been planning for that, but while I did ask before, I'm sure it would be a bit difficult for you to accept, Rean. I explained things to Cedric, so everything should be fine now, and... Is it still happening regardless? I'm sure it's just a misunderstanding, but... Rean told them about the conversation he had with Cedric earlier regarding the dance. He did what? Is he still going ahead with this behind my back? I suppose it's been set in stone little by little. I'm sure the two of you will look great together, but I can't help but feel a little jealous. And poor Elise. Yes, that's what's been bothering me most. What does Elise have to do with this? What? What? Anyway, Muse, please lend me your help. I'm sure that insidious mind of yours can come up with a plan. That's quite a way to ask for help, but I accept. After all, how could I say no to helping both Elise and my dearest instructor? They've gone off in their own little world. I should start mentally preparing for the dance. Cedric. Sorry, this whole situation is sort of my fault. No, don't blame yourself. Anyway, we need to figure out how to resolve this as soon as possible. Perhaps I should ask Muse what she thinks. Need to figure something out myself. That obliviousness of yours is going to be your downfall, Instructor. Perhaps I'll employ the help of the rest of Class 7 for this one. What did I just get myself into? And finally... I had heard Muse was one of your students. I'm truly happy I was able to get the chance to speak with her. I'm not too familiar with everything that's happening over in La Mer. I get the feeling that she has some complicated circumstances there. I'm sure she'll be able to tell you about it eventually, one way or another. You seem to be surrounded by so many tragic stories, such as Oliver's past. The way he lost his mother was truly heartbreaking. I've heard a few rumors, like how she was born a commoner. Yes, she was the one the Emperor was truly in love with. I remember it vividly. I was a humble maid back then. They lived far from Heimdall, and he was always trying to find ways to get her to live in the palace with him. Is it okay for me to be hearing about this? It's fine. Nearly everyone here at the palace knows already. However, after she passed, he accepted the throne and ended up choosing someone from a small noble family to be his wife. Me. We went through some troubles, but eventually Ulvert began living with us, and I was blessed with my daughter and son. His Majesty has given Alphen and Cedric his whole heart as their father. But... I'm sorry, I shouldn't be discussing such things. No, it's fine. Prince Ulvert is at the party City Hall is hosting tonight, right? Yes, he's there representing the Imperial family. I hope things will begin to change for the better here in the palace, and for the Vander family too. Yes, I hope for that too. Oh dear, there seems to be something wrong. Alphen does not seem to mind it, however. Rean, I ask that you take good care of my daughter. Your words are too kind. Here's the next trigger. And so the party continued with Rean never getting an opening to talk with the Chancellor. With the party in full swing, people began gathering in the center of the garden.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your patience. To start us off, my sister Alphen will have the first dance. The way I hear it, people all across the Empire have been awaiting this moment for years. Like me, she is now 17 years old, and this dance will serve as her debut into high society. Her first dance partner shall be a certain instructor at Thor's Military Academy.
Neidhart? Towa?
None other than the Ashen Chevalier, Rean Schwarzer.
So then he's the princess's...
I hear he's only the son of a baron, but I suppose it's okay these days.
He seems to carry himself well.
Sure enough.
Yeah, there have been rumors going around like wildfire.
It's a huge honor, I guess.
Yes, he shall be the princess's first.
Sounds dirty when you put it that way.
Fee?
Classy, guys.
He was drowning in fame before, and now everyone's talking like him and the princess are already married.
Yeah, seems like everyone's reading way too much into this.
Well, to some degree, yes.
However will this play out, I wonder?
I suppose this is...
To tell the truth, I'm actually already acquainted with Mr. Rean Schwarzer. He's the older brother of my dearest friend. Allow me to introduce Elise Schwarzer. She is the student council president at St. Estrella Girls' School. Princess? And she will be making her debut into high society alongside me tonight. Rean will choose which of us he dances with. Whoever he chooses, there will be no hard feelings.
Very well played, Princess.
Aw, what an adorable workaround.
She really is something else.
Princess!
You're a real lifesaver. I will respectfully take both the hand of my sister and her best friend, the princess. It might be a bit unorthodox, but please, allow us Schwarzer siblings to have the first dance.
I wonder whose idea this was.
My word. Can one man truly be this lucky?
Lucky enough to dodge that bullet, you mean?
Yes. Had he danced with the princess first, the whole city would be planning their honeymoon by now. However, since he and his sister danced first, that ship has sailed, as it were.
Oh, Alfin.
That Ashen Chevalier is certainly quite the man. Wouldn't you agree?
You can thank Baron Schwarzer for raising him that way.
Now, all you young people here with us, follow their lead and enjoy yourselves. The summer festival's blue moon shines on us this night. I am certain the spirits are especially riled. So, let us give them a show.
My apologies for arriving so late.
Rufus!
Ah, so good to see you.
Is that Governor General Rufus? I didn't know he was coming.
It seems you've stolen the spotlight all to yourself.
To tell the truth, I was at a party held by the Imperial Household Agency. I wish to greet His Highness Olivert, Governor Regnitz, Lord Ragnar, and Viscount Arcade before making my way here.
I see.
Thank you for your courtesy.
The night is yet young, and the party has only just begun. Bring out more food and drinks. Please continue to enjoy yourselves, by all means.
You, sis, come with me. Let us catch up, my dear brother. Machias, Elisa, Elliot, and Laura as well. Join us. I'm sure we've much to talk about.
In that case, I shall call upon Ms. Valestein and Ms. Herschel. Come, allow me to introduce you to the Empress.
What's this about all of a sudden?
I don't know. But there's no way we can refuse.
Why just us, though? Does it have something to do with our families?
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
May as well get going then.
I suppose I'll go.
I wonder what they're talking about.
Think we should follow?
Yeah.
Rean!
Oh, Claire!
What's wrong?
Well, this may come as a surprise, but a certain someone would like to speak with you.
You mean...
The someone who just left, perhaps?
Understood. I'll be going, everyone.
Yes. Good luck.
Try not to be too nervous. Rean? Instructor?
Huh.
Just go straight to the end of the hall, then make a right.
Okay, let's see what the Emperor wants. We will talk to the NPCs, don't worry.
It's luxurious.
It's a sizable lounge for palace guests.
This might be helpful, but try not to be too on edge. You've met with His Majesty several times already, right? I don't know what he wants to talk to you about, but I can't imagine it's anything bad. Hope you're right. Are you Mr. Schwarzer? Your dances were splendid. I'm looking forward to your future success. Thank you. The question of Princess Elfin's dance partner was the focus of gossip mills across the nation. You seem to have dodged the issue quite skillfully, though. Not really. Thank you, and my apologies. It's fine, I wasn't all that interested in it to begin with. May you continue your honorable service session, Chevalier. I trust you're enjoying yourself. If you require anything at all, please don't hesitate to let me know. Okay, didn't a maid run by? Jeez, these NPCs roam a bit. There are many young people attending this year's party. It warms my heart to see them all enjoying themselves. She's just thinking of the overtime check. Thank you, Major Claire, Mr. Schwarzer. We've been notified of your visit. Please proceed.
There's the back room.
Yes, let's go.
Greetings. His Majesty is waiting. Please enter. I don't think there's anything here that we could have
Sir Rean Schwarzer has arrived.
missed.
Very good. See him in. I apologize for calling you here like this, Instructor Schwarzer.
No, it's an honor to have an audience with the Emperor.
Your dances with your sister and Alfin were a sight to behold. Your skills as a lead were just as impressive as the rumors suggested. I'm sure my daughter was very happy.
Well...
I'm only joking. You've helped out Oliver numerous times. You've rescued Alphen twice, and you saved Cedric's life at the end of the Civil War. My entire family is grateful for everything you and the rest of Class 7 has done. As the Awakener of the Ashen Knight, the very same one my ancestor once piloted, you have saved many lives and averted many crises.
So you knew the truth about Emperor Dreikels?
Yes, indeed, as well as the relationship between the Chancellor and yourself.
You know that, too?
Yes, I figured it out somewhere along the way. When I asked, the Chancellor didn't deny it, so I took that to mean my suspicions were correct. He and I have much in common. Both of us have lost loved ones to the foolish schemes of others.
I've heard about the Chancellor, but Your Highness?
It happened long ago. Have you perhaps heard anything regarding Olivert's birth mother?
I may have heard a rumor once. Apparently she was a commoner, but she passed away tragically.
The two of us enrolled at Thor's in the same year. She was a commoner, but her intelligence, grace, and bright smile were anything but common. We'd fight at times, but eventually we fell in love. Though both of us were young, we became involved with each other. She ended up dropping out of school and returning to her hometown. Then sometime later I found she had given birth to a boy. That boy was Olivert. I was still Crown Prince at the time. I wanted to make her my Empress, but she refused. I was at least able to send one of the Vanders to guard her. My father and the Lords of the Four Great Houses had been pestering me to get married for years, but I held out hope she'd changed her mind. However, when my father fell ill, a group of Jaegers seeking favor with one of the Four Great Houses attacked her and Olivert. The eldest son of the Vander family managed to save Olivert, but she lost her life. My father passed on. I had lost her. I welcomed Olivert as the one ray of light left in my life and officially announced he was my son. Shortly thereafter I married to ensure this tragedy would not repeat itself. She was the daughter of a small noble family working as a maid. Priscilla accepted my courtship despite knowing that my heart still belonged to my first love. Olivert seemed intent on walling himself off from everyone in the palace. But Priscilla was able to get him to open up. He finally accepted me as his father, and when the twins were born, he was just as happy as the rest of us, if not more so. And so that is the messy history of the current imperial family.
I had no idea.
If they're gonna keep talking, I'm gonna get a drink.
But are you sure it's all right to tell me all this?
It's no great secret. Most of the larger noble families already know. But my point is this. Both the Chancellor and I lost loved ones. But our sons yet live. Certainly a unique point of commonality, wouldn't you say?
That's true. Is that why you appointed him as Imperial Chancellor?
It's true that I felt an affinity with him. However, the most important factor was his negotiation of the ceasefire with Libero. The events of Hamel wounded my heart deeply. But I knew I could not allow them to be made public. He managed to get both the Four Great Houses and Libero to concede to his terms and put the 100 Days' War to an end. And so rose the first common-born Imperial Chancellor.
Now I understand. But in the 13 years since he became Chancellor, a lot has changed. The nobles have lost power, while he's only gotten stronger. And he's using that power to steer Erebonia in a dangerous direction. With all due respect, I don't think it's right to sit back and let him continue.
I understand your concern. Olivert's as well. Olivert is more concerned for his brother and sister's futures than anyone. In that respect, he sees the Chancellor as a bigger threat than the nobles do. However, things are not so simple. Regarding myself and the Chancellor, tragedies like Hamel, at times, this nation will make the most tragically foolish decisions. During the War of the Lions, the brothers of the royal family spilled each other's blood and pulled the nation into their feud. The history of Erebonia is smeared with blood and alight with flames, more than any other country.
He's right. Deception is an important tool in politics and war, but the thought of killing your own people as an excuse to invade another country.
As a teacher of history, I'm sure you have your own thoughts on this matter. So tell me, do you know the people of Erebonia to have a cruel temperament?
No. The people of Erebonia are sincere and value honor and pride. They think highly of martial skill, but know it is a virtue to use it only when absolutely necessary. The incidents you spoke of, it's almost as though a devil had been whispering in their ear.
Precisely. There is something in Erebonia, something which bends people's minds and steers them toward chaos. Perhaps it could be called a curse, one that has been with us since the founding of this nation. If you've read the Black Records, you may have some idea what I speak of.
The Black Records?
It would seem the Church is seeking them out, but the original writings are in the Imperial family's possession. Only those who succeed the throne are permitted to read them. They are records of the truth of this nation's history, and a prophecy of its future. An inevitable future, no doubt. I'm certain any attempts to avoid it will only cause things to become further warped and twisted. That is one of the reasons I am not putting a stop to the Chancellor's actions.
Sure, I don't know all the details, but both the Chancellor and His Highness understand the situation fully. Yet they...
And so, I plan to not avert my eyes and watch to the end.
Huh?
As the ruler of Erebonia, the empire mired in darkness and founded under a curse, I shall watch my sons, the Crimson Wings, the new light of the nobility, and Class 7, both old and new, to see if any of them can overcome the iron will of the Chancellor and light the way to a new path for this nation.
I promise to give everything I have to find this new path, not just as a member of Class 7, but on behalf of Thor's Military Academy and all its students and graduates.
You're aware that would include both myself and the Chancellor, yes? But all the same, well said.
Welcome back. I'm not sure what you two spoke about, but I trust it was well worth the time.
Yes, most definitely.
Precisely. There is something in Erebonia, something which bends people's minds and steers them toward chaos.
Rean.
It's nothing. Major, can I ask you something?
Finished with your chat?
Your Excellency.
It would appear you want no need to speak with me about something. I can't take too much time out of my schedule, but I have a room prepared. Shall we?
Huh?
Yes, let's go.
Where are you headed, Ash?
I gotta take a piss. Wanna join me?
I think I'll pass. But let me say this. Don't so much as think about sneaking out.
Huh?
I admit it's a bit nerve-wracking, but this truly is a special event. We should all enjoy it together as Class 7.
Who would have guessed the pretty boy was just as big of a nag as that wild filly? Maybe somewhere along the line, I let those guys get to me.
Oh, is something the matter, sir?
Oh, yeah, I was just on my way back from the bathroom, but I noticed something strange.
Something strange, sir?
Yeah, it's just around the corner here.
I believe this will be the first time we've been able to speak one-on-one like this. Since, of course, that day 14 years ago.
His Majesty told me. General Craig, too.
So I've heard. His Majesty knows the truth of my circumstances. More or less. Craig and Van Dyke, on the other hand, only know the facts that float on the surface. They remain in the dark as to what truly happened to Brigadier General Gileath Osborne.
Then will you tell me? What happened 14 years ago? Why did you leave me? Why did you leave your son? Why did you become a completely different person? You trampled over everything in your way, robbed the people of their pride and independence, and planted the seeds of the Civil War. After what you did to Jirai, you annexed Crossbell and North Ambria. And now, you're planning a war with Calvard. At the same time, you're working with the Black Workshop and trying to bring all the darkest parts of the world toward the surface. What are you... Why are you doing this?
It sounds as though you've figured a great many things out on your own. First, allow me to commend you for not being consumed by your false hero's title. Very well. I shall start with your first question. After I lost Kasha, I left you in Ymir, and 3 months later His Majesty bid me investigate the Hamel incident. Afterward, I went to negotiate with the Queen of Liberl. The Queen agonized over the decision, but I knew she wanted peace as soon as possible. Eventually, she agreed to the terms of the ceasefire. The noble officers behind everything, led by Lecter's father, were given the death penalty, and the 4 great houses were put in check, all in a single month. In recognition of my accomplishment, His Majesty appointed me Chancellor. I'm grateful to Teo. He accepted my request not to reveal anything to you, but at the same time, it meant I had to sever my ties to both you and him. As a revolutionary, taking on the 4 great houses, I needed to be on my own. I couldn't have anything holding me back.
So her name was Kasha, the woman who gave birth to me.
Once I became Chancellor, I crushed those who opposed me, expanded our railway network, and garnered even more power. Behind the scenes, I also made deals with Ouroboros and joined forces with the Black Workshop. After the incident in Liberl, I cut ties with the Snakes and robbed them of the Black Workshop's loyalty. Then, 2 years ago, I used Rufus to fell the Noble Alliance from within. And ultimately, I stole Ouroboros' phantasmal blaze plan right out from under them.
What even is the Phantasmal Blaze plan? And what are you planning to do with it?
By this point, it's safe to say Ouroboros' goal is no different from their gospel plan in Liberl.
So I'm chiming in here. Sorry for the interruption and everything. If you don't recognize the thing on the left because of the graphical upgrade, that is the Oriole from Sky, the Septarion of Space, I believe it is. And the thing on the right is the Azure Tree, which is the closest thing to the Septarion of Mirage. That was in Crossbell, by the way, Trails of Azure, if you want to play it.
The acquisition of Adios' treasures, the Septarion. In Crossbell, they used the false phantasm to awaken the blaze in Erebonia. But the prize they seek is more than simply that blaze. This dark land once housed two treasures. The clash between the two of them resulted in the creation of the Great One. All the people, things, and history of Erebonia are inexorably entangled in its blessings and its curse. I'm sure you've been able to deduce that much from certain historical documents you've been reading.
What are you?
Pardon me, Your Excellency. The Emperor is calling for you.
Understood. That shall be all for now.
Wait! We're not done yet! There's so much more I need to ask! How did you survive being shot through the heart? Are you the same as the Jaeger King, the Steel Maiden, and Siegfried? Or does it have something to do with the scar on my chest and this power I have?
14 years ago, when we were attacked, your heart was punctured by debris. Kasha, your mother, she begged me to save you. So, I made the decision to give my heart to my son. That is the reason Crow Armbrush shot to my chest did not find its mark. I'll leave the rest for you to figure out. It's the same riddle I've given to the Ironbloods. Major, escort him back to the venue. Our gallant hero seems a bit disoriented at the moment.
A resin gun that fires gunpowder bullets? Can't be found by metal detectors.
So real quick, yes, there are guns in real life that can pass through metal detectors these days. Those are those weird plastic fiberglass ones that can even launch glass projectiles. Really nasty suckers, so that's not completely out of the realm of possibility. And the other thing is, yes, there were two Septarions in Erebonia.
Everything falling into place like this is way too convenient. I don't like it. Well, I guess beggars can't be choosers.
I know His Excellency isn't a normal person. But I believe somewhere deep down he still cares for you.
Huh?
Myself, Lecter, Milliam, likely even Rufus as well. His Excellency has personally lent his help to each of us. It's possible he thought of us as a replacement for you.
Thank you. I'll try to sort through all this, somehow.
Rean! Instructor Rean!
I heard His Majesty called you in to speak with him?
Chancellor Osborne as well.
You spoke with both of them?
You're looking a little bit green around the gills there.
She's right. What happened?
I can't talk about it just yet. All I can say is that nothing is over yet. And something's about to begin. Once this party's over, can we all get together and talk?
Yes, of course. I think I can better explain what's going on behind the scenes now.
If time permits, I'll tell you all about my circumstances too.
We can come too, right?
Yeah. We're all in the same boat at this point.
You too, Towa.
Of course. I'll be there.
Where's Ash?
Huh?
I don't see him anywhere nearby.
Wasn't he talking with you earlier, Kurt?
Yes, he said he needed to use the restroom, though that was some time ago.
Is it happening?
Lecter! Claire!
So that's how the Orphan of Hammel's gonna be used, huh? Claire! Milliam! With me!
Let's follow them.
Oh! Where is everyone headed?
Did something happen?
Please wait here. I'll go ask.
He certainly doesn't change.
But that's what makes him him. He's a warrior with an iron will, ready to put his life on the line. It's comforting to know such a person is our leader.
Well, well. It would appear you're already fitting in as a member of the group.
I plan to make this announcement during the summer festival.
I can't imagine it will be easy. But knowing you, you're already well prepared.
You're too kind.
Pardon the intrusion.
You are...
Ash Carbide of Thor's Branch Campus, Class 7. The third survivor of Hamel. What have you come here for?
Hamel. So it comes back to that yet again.
My left eye's aching real bad. Been that way since I was a kid. That scene is burned into it. Even years later, when I was taking care of my mom, I kept hearing the voice. Kill the vile one. Kill the vile one. The Jaegers that attacked the town were slaughtered. You executed all the masterminds. Hammel's name was wiped off the map. You're the one who let this happen, Emperor. Maybe the Queen of Liberl is just as guilty for keeping quiet. Or maybe the other two, for running away and leaving me for dead. Or even that Scarecrow guy, the son of the mastermind. Hey, tell me. Who do I gotta kill to get rid of all this pain?
The curse. Yes. This is the sacrifice from the prophecy. It is only fitting it be me. But don't aim for my heart. That won't do you any good. Aim here. It would be your best chance of killing me. If there is any chance at all.
Ash, was it? It won't work on him. He's no human. I have my doubts he's even capable of dying.
Your Majesty.
I don't want this young man's actions to be wasted. Ash, I am the one responsible for Hamel. Let your years of suffering end with me.
Why the hell would you...
What?
Damn it!
He needs medical attention!
Luxorum Medicurium! Father! The princess! Be strong, Your Highness.
Get the medics! He's lost too much blood! Be careful moving him!
Is he the one responsible?
Yes. Unfortunately.
I thought we'd captured all the Calvardian agents. Is there a chance he was one of them?
A Vern Company gun made with resin parts. It would not have been found by a metal detector. Unfortunately. I cannot deny the possibility.
That was more of an awkward ending with that little sound effect there. I don't know if that was just me. But yeah, that brings Chapter 4 to an end. Hey, we can finally start recording again. Lucky us. So yeah, now we're in the final stretch of the game. I'm hoping to have this knocked out in 2 more videos because we have to cruise around town for a while. That'll be the Sunday video, and then Monday morning, if all goes according to plan, will be the final video, and we'll have our clearest data for whenever the 4th game arrives. I have it pre-ordered, so it should be on its way already, and that's kind of it for now, folks. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.